What is up, my fam bam? Ashley Elizabeth here with AHM Artistry, and welcome to my Colourpop No Filter Foundation Stick First Impressions type of review, little mini wear test, you know, type of thingamajig. So today we are going to be testing this out. One side I will use a brush and one side I will use a sponge, and we will see what the difference is in that. It is only $10, a $10 cruelty-free foundation stick. If you want to see what that is all about, then you know what to do. Sit back, hang tight, and keep on watching. Alright, so last week Colourpop came out with the No Filter Foundation Sticks, which I just showed you, and I'm super duper excited. It was one of those launches that they didn't really talk about. All of a sudden it was like the night before and it was like, this is coming, woo! And I was super excited. This is like the month of Colourpop. Can we just say that? I know I've done like a lot with the whole princess collection and the brow products and now the face products, but it's new to me and I'm so excited, and there's some new products to try out for you guys, so I hope that you're on board because I am so excited. So this, I will show you this up close. This is the carton that it comes in, and this is the actual container. So that's the size of my hand. Pretty good size, not super skinny. It looks maybe the same size or almost a little bit bigger than the Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Foundation. It's 9.5 grams of product, which is 0.34 ounces. And then I'll show you what the stick looks like. Let's see how much it twists up. That is twisted all the way up, so that's a pretty good amount of product in there. And then it has your shade selection right on the bottom there, which is always nice to have. This bad boy retails for only $10, which is awesome. And then sometimes Colourpop also has coupons circulating, so I will post whatever the most recent one is down in the description box. I'm not affiliated with Colourpop, and there is an Instagram account called Colourpop Cult, and they sometimes have discount codes. Right now until the end of October, she has one that's 20% off, which seems like it was one of the best ones that I can find, other than like first timers getting $5 off. So check that out. If it's still going on, I will leave it in the description box. And what else about this? Let's see what the website says. All right, so it comes in 30 different shades to choose from, and it looks like there's 5 in each category. So 5 fair, 5 light, 5 medium, 5 dark, 5 deep. It was a little bit difficult, obviously, trying to find my shade that matches me, and I touched base on this on my unboxing IGTV video that I did, but I'll talk about it again here. It was the night before it launched. 'Twas the night before launch, and all through the house, Ashley was studying just like a little mouse. No, but really, Colourpop Cult, that Instagram account, she's awesome, and she had all the swatches going on, so I like narrowed it down to I think 2 or 3 that I was closest to, but Colourpop didn't have the information on the website yet. They have it all now, so you can go on Colourpop's website and check out those shades, and they have swatches there too. And then also, Colourpop has a shade finder. So in the shade finder, you put in what foundation shades you use in other competitor brands, and it tells you what the closest one is in theirs, which I think is amazing. And all companies should be doing this for their foundations online, because that saved it. On my IGT video, I just swatched on my arm and on my skin, and it was like perfect match. I almost went with the light, but instead I went with the medium 83N, and I'm so glad I did, because I have a little bit of a tan still from Hawaii, and it is like the perfect shade. I think light would have been too light for me. So if you're gonna pick out one of these foundations, make sure to look at swatches and do that shade finder, and you should be good. I'm pretty happy, at least with the swatch. We'll see as it applies all over my skin if it's good, but there we go. So thank you, Colourpop. Let me go ahead and swatch this for you as well. So again, this is medium 83N. So it's gonna look really dark on this skin right here for me, because obviously that's lighter than my face, but that way you can kind of see what that looks like if you're similar shade range to me. All right, application tips. So apply a foundation stick directly to the skin, obviously. It recommends their primer. I didn't get their primer because it is mattifying and I'm not about that life. You can blend it out with a brush or a sponge, so that's why I'm doing a sponge on this side and a brush on the other, or whatever, vice versa. And then it says for coverage, you can get, when I was seeing them respond to people on Instagram, they said medium to full buildable. So it says for fuller coverage, apply foundation with a denser brush, like their flat kabuki. I'll use a different one for that. And then for lighter coverage, you can apply it with a fluffier brush in a stippling motion. To cover blemishes or uneven skin tone, you can take a little like concealer brush and dab it on. You can use this as a contour and highlighting stick, as all foundations you can. I only got the one shade. I'm not super into cream contours, so I didn't bother to do that. And then it says you can set with the loose setting powder or the pressed setting powders. I did get these. If you saw my IGTV haul, I did get these to test out for you guys, but I'm not going to use them with the stick foundation today because I've never tried these before, and I don't want to blame the stick foundation if the powders don't work for me, you know, because I wouldn't know what's wrong. So I'm going to just use my Laura Mercier setting powder. It's a good even playing field, right? And then same thing with primer. I'm going to use my Too Faced Hangover RX primer because it tends to work with all foundations that I've used in my experience. I haven't experienced any weird separating with that, except like some really weird foundations. So that is what we're gonna do. Enough jibber jabbing, enough jeep-a-dibba hoot nanny. Let's go ahead and get started because it's probably weird looking at just my eyes being done and not my face. All right, nice up close and personal. Let's go ahead and start with that Hangover RX primer. Like I said, I'm just gonna slather this on as I always do. I'm super excited. I am super excited. I've been wanting to get another foundation stick to try out. So I was so excited when I saw this post on Instagram, like, yeah, give it to me. And it's only $10. Let's start to go in. So yeah, I did swatch this on my IGTV on my skin, and yeah, perfect match. So I'm just gonna swipe this all over, and I'll do the sponge on this side, and then I will take my BH Cosmetic Flat Kabuki brush. This is in the Rose Romance collection. I will use it on this side. I don't usually use that, to be honest, but it says Flat Kabuki brush, so I will try it with that. If it's not working out, I'll switch it to my tried and true booze, you know. Some foundation sticks are really greasy feeling. This one actually feels kind of nice already going on, so I just don't know how much to use. I could be using way too much for all we know. Okay, it says it's buildable, so I'm gonna start with that. Let's bring it down to the neck just in case it's not a perfect match. Oh, they're so good for traveling too. I'm so excited. I hope this works. Ooh, I hope it works. I hope I don't jinx it. Okay, let's go ahead and blend away. Okay, I won't talk. I'm just gonna blend. I don't want to get, you know, too excited. The color match is perfect. This is really pretty. Wow, okay. I won't go in too much. Let's go ahead and blend this side out with a brush and we will compare. Oh, that's blending pretty nicely. Look at that coverage right there. Wow. I have a lot of redness right now and this is doing really good. Okay, that blended out with a brush really easily. The stick foundation I used to use before I went cruelty free was the Makeup Forever HD stick, and I can't use that anymore because it's not cruelty free, but I always had to use an oil with it to blend it out because it was so hard to blend out. This, obviously I didn't need to use an oil. It blended out really easily, but it's not like super greasy or anything. So let me go ahead and dim my lights a little bit so you can see my skin a little more. Yeah, that's more like a natural finish. This is with the sponge side, that's with the brush side, obviously. So kind of like a satiny, almost dewy finish right now. The sides look very similar. Honestly, my pores look a little bit better on the sponge side. It didn't like put them in the pores too much. That's probably why. So coverage looks about the same. Yeah, finish looks the same. Doesn't look like it made a difference, which is nice that the sponge didn't really take away coverage. So let's see if it is buildable. So let's do one more layer on each side. Just do like a few swipes this time. See if this is buildable at all. Oh yeah, she is. Okay, okay, I'm excited. Okay, so here's the second layer. Definitely buildable. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I should use it as concealer. I feel like, you know, stick foundations I wouldn't normally use as concealer, so I think I'm just gonna go with my regular Shape Tape, but the finish looks about the same. But this brush, like I said, isn't necessarily my favorite. A even more dense brush maybe. You'll get a little more coverage. I would say it's almost, it's like a between medium and full. It's not great. Like I do see some of my darkness, my discoloration that I have, it's a little bit coming through, but not that bad. Like I could totally get away with this, add a little concealer, bada bing, bada boom, and this would be fine, but not like full, crazy full coverage. Let me go ahead and do the rest of my face makeup, see how it applies over this foundation, and then I'll show you how everything looks up close. Well, that sounds pretty good to me. How does it sound to you? Okay guys, here's everything done up close, lights dimmed, you know the drill. Wow, okay. I am really liking this so far based off of first impressions. I'm really excited about this foundation. Oh, looked at my bathroom lighting where I would normally get ready and I kind of judge like, hey, how does my good foundation look compared to this? And it looks really good, especially for a stick foundation. So far, off of first impressions, it's my favorite stick foundation I've used so far. It's not creating any kind of texture or creasing. Of course, I did set it with my Laura Mercier setting powder, as you saw, but I still have some glow coming through, but not greasy glow like some stick foundations, like that Makeup Forever one. Kind of gives me a little bit of a greasy glow, but this one is nice and it feels dry. By the way, before I powdered, I felt to my face and it did have a little tiny bit of a tack to it, so most likely you'll need to set it, but you could play around with it and see. You might not have to set it. I'll have to see if I can get away with that. I don't know. If I do concealer though, I always set it because of the creasing, but I do have minimal creasing. You know, around my fine lines look good. Around here looks good. As you saw, I got a pretty good amount of coverage considering it was a stick foundation. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Oh, and as you saw, it blended out so easily. Like it wasn't tugging or pulling and it didn't take me forever to blend out. It was really fast. Oh man, I don't really know what else to say about that except let's go ahead and do a little wear test and see if it changes at all. I'm not gonna like guarantee a certain amount of hours. I'm just gonna keep watching it and see. And before I go to bed, however many hours that's been, we'll see how it looks. And I'll update you guys how the wear is, because sometimes foundation looks great and then a few hours later it's poops. So, oh, and my nose, you guys, my nose doesn't have any weird gunking. By now, some foundations that are bad will start creasing and separating, getting weird on my nose even after then. It's been about probably a half an hour since I applied all the rest of my makeup and it's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. What has two thumbs and is excited? This girl right here. Okay, let's go ahead and see how the wear test went. Okay, you guys, it has been 6 hours. I first applied this at 3 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock now. So 6 hours. I took a look in my regular bathroom mirror and I'm pretty happy with this, you guys. I'm really dry skinned, so I'm super sensitive to different types of finishes. Yes, I'm more dewy, but the lights kind of accentuate that, but I like that finish. It's not greasy though. It's dewy, but not greasy. I feel very glowy. Yeah, you see that shine still, but it's like a good shine in person. It's really nice. I'm not getting any, oh, the light looks so crazy like a Rudolph nose. I'll zoom in so you can see my nose is not getting any kind of weird separation or flakiness like I talked about. It is perfection. Same thing along with the chin. By 6 hours for sure, if the foundation is gonna get greasy and separate on me and just get weird, along the chin and the nose would be totally bad. It is still perfect. Keeping in mind that I have dry skin, if you're oily skin type, this might be too much. I don't know yet. I haven't looked at anybody else's reviews, so I don't know how it is for oily skin, but for dry skin, I'm really liking that finish. And when I was out and about, we went to dinner, we went to shopping in a couple places, and I looked at the mirror in both places with different lighting, and I was like, girl, what? My skin looks good. My pores looked really flat and smooth. Everything looked really good, and that was at about the 4 or 5 hour mark. I should have videoed that. I'm sorry I didn't, but you have to just look at it now and see. For a freaking foundation stick, I'm pumped, baby. Pumped up. Yeah, still have full coverage, not getting any fading, no weird creases, nothing in my smile lines, my under eye concealer, everything, you know, and it worked really good with the Shape Tape. I don't know if I mentioned that. It blended really well over the Shape Tape. It didn't counteract with that. When I get a new foundation, I don't want to have to change all my products to make one foundation work, right? So that's why I wanted to use the other products too, to see how they work together, and everything seemed to blend really beautifully together. So I know this is first impressions, but you guys, if you can't tell yet, I'm really happy with it. I will continue to test this out, see how it goes. I'll use it in other videos, and I will update you guys too. So that is that. All right, my lovey love bugs, thank you so much for stopping by today and checking out my first impression review of the new Colourpop No Filter Foundation Sticks. Let me know down in the comments below if this is a product that you want to try out with your next Colourpop order. If you are new here and you just stumbled upon my channel for the very first time, hey, what's so welcome. You know you want to go down and hit that little red subscribe button and join our fam bam. We would love to have you. And you guys, if you are not on my Instagram yet, please go ahead and follow me over there as well, because I update you guys as I'm testing out products further. So I'll be continuing to test this out, and I'll do some updates and stuff. Once I test out the Colourpop setting powder, which will be on a video coming on here on YouTube in a couple days or maybe next week, I will test out the powders with the stick foundations, and I'll update you guys on there. If you want an updated video of this and stuff, you gotta let me know that, and I'll keep testing it out because I am so excited. By the way, I got my shipment really freaking fast. This launched on Thursday. Today is Monday, so I didn't pay for extra shipping, but I got it real fast. So I'm super duper excited about that too. I was like not expecting that. Yee! All right, you guys, that is it for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope every single one of you have a great freaking awesome, wonderful, happy day.